Supreme Admiral Threx stared intently at the holo-display in front of him, blinking in disbelief at what the sensor readings were indicating. The small blue world designated Earth by its inhabitants was buzzing with activity that seemed impossible. Powerful energy signatures radiated from weapons and emplacements scattered across the planet's surface, far surpassing the type of directed energy armaments even the Krell Empire had mastered. Swarms of orbital shipyards held frame after frame of colossal starships taking shape, the largest stretching over 30 kilometers in length. Run the scans again, Threx growled at the sensor operator. There must be some mistake. But as the data refreshed, it showed no changes. Humanity appeared to have grasped technology centuries ahead of their time. Threx could sense the unease spreading through his crew on the bridge of the cruiser Korath. Hushed whispers questioned how a species could possibly achieve such advancement so fast. It went against everything they knew about the natural order of technological progression. Below, Commander Sarsis approached Threx hesitantly. Admiral, long-range scanners have detected unusual energy signatures forming in orbit of the third planet. I believe one of their starships may be deploying. Steeling himself, Threx turned to the main view screen just as a burst of intense light erupted from one of the orbital shipyards. Shielding his eyes, he watched in awestruck horror as an immense vessel began to unfold, its armor plating extending layer by layer like some colossal metal flower. When the awakening was complete, a full kilometer had been added to its length. 30 kilometers, a sensor operator reported weakly. Armor suggests offensive and defensive capabilities beyond our own battleship class. It's weaponry. She trailed off, overwhelmed by the readings. Admiral Threx stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Korath, lost in thought as images from his encounter with humanity played out in his mind. He was startled from his reverie by the chirp of his comm system. Admiral, the Terran delegation has arrived and is requesting an audience, his aide informed him. Threx took a moment to collect himself before responding. Send them in. He turned to face the entrance as the door slid open, revealing Commander Akira and two of her soldiers. Threx gestured for them to follow as he led them to the observation deck overlooking the Sol system. I must confess, Commander, that my initial observations of your people were troubling, Threx began. The level of advancement seen was beyond any records or expectations. It is clear humanity has achieved remarkable success in a short period of time. Akira regarded him coolly. And what conclusions have you drawn, Admiral? Threx met her steady gaze. Your species may pose a threat to galactic stability. However, after further analysis, I believe cooperation may be beneficial to all of us. He paused. You must understand how surprising this was for my people. Akira considered this. While strength ensures our survival, we seek peaceful relations. If the Empire approaches us peacefully, there need not be conflict. But make no mistake, we will defend ourselves by any means if threatened. Threx nodded slowly. A message I will convey. Progress requires understanding between our people. I believe much can be gained through open exchange and trust. Threx made his decision. Helm, plot a course back to the Empire border at maximum speed. Send a priority alert to command. Humanity is more advanced than any records indicate and may pose an existential threat. We must convene the council at once. The journey back was spent in an easy silence. Threx stayed glued to sensor displays, half expecting the Terran warship to give chase. But it remained in high orbit, no doubt monitoring the Korath's retreat. Upon arriving, Threx was summoned immediately to the council chambers. He recounted all that had been observed, dreading their reaction. Murmurs of alarm broke out as holograms showed the size and power of human ships and weapons. How can a species achieve such a drastic technological leap in such a short time? One counselor demanded. Threx had no answers, only more questions. When the panic subsided, Grand Admiral Zara spoke clearly. These Terrans pose a grave danger if left unchecked. Threx, you will return to the Sol system covertly at once. Try to discover the source of their advancement and determine if we can make sense of their technology. As Threx's ship departed, he wondered how second contact would end if he was discovered. Either way, the Empire had decided, and he must obey. Supreme Admiral Threx pored over star maps in his quarters aboard the Korath, calculating routes that would covertly bring them back within range of the Sol system. His original plan had been to make peaceful diplomatic contact. Yet after witnessing humanity's military prowess, the Council had decided on a covert operation. Captain Sarsis entered and approached hesitantly. "Admiral, the navigational simulations are complete. There is a gravitational anomaly near the system's outer edge that could conceal our entry if precise calculations are made." Threx examined the proposed route. "It seems our best option. Set a course and engage at maximum safe speed. Alert me the moment we exit." Sarsis saluted and departed to relay orders. Days passed as the Korith crept through the void, buffeted by turbulent currents as they neared the anomaly. Threx felt his stomach twist, half expecting to drop out of speed within range of those Terran sensing nets. But their journey went without incident. Bursting from the anomaly clouds undetected, at first all seemed normal as Threx scanned local space from his station. Then he noticed Ithbarus trace energy reading rapidly expanding, originating from the anomaly itself. "Explain," he barked, alarmed. "I am sorry, Admiral. Our entry point must have triggered proximity sensors somehow," a technician stuttered. "That trace, it's moving to intercept us at maximum sublight speed already." Threx stared in disbelief at the view screen. A brilliant pinprick of light had emerged from the planet, rapidly growing larger as it closed the distance at frightening velocity. His heart sank. "Battle stations, shields to maximum charge all projector banks." Alarms shrieked as the Terran vessel bore down on them, easily 5 times the Korith size. Threx watched helplessly as its silvery hull pivoted, hundreds of gun ports sliding open to reveal gleaming barrels. "Admiral, weapons are powering up. That ship will be in optimal firing range within minutes." His ship shuddered under the first volley, energy shearing through weakened shields. Secondary explosions ripped through decks below, as systems shorted out one by one from each precise hit. Shields collapsing, engines offline. "They're hailing us, sir." Steeling himself, Threx turned to the view screen, expecting to see a Terran commander demanding surrender. Instead, a feminine synthetic voice spoke calmly. "Unidentified vessel, power down all systems and prepare to be tractored. Any aggression will result in your destruction." Within hours, the Korith had been thoroughly disabled and boarded. Human repair teams worked faster than Threx believed possible. He could only marvel as they towed the wounded cruiser into high orbit of Earth, where an immense orbital shipyard bustled with work on vessels just as massive. Threx was escorted to a landing zone where military officers awaited. A stern-looking man in a crisp uniform stepped forward. "I am Commander Holden of the United Earth Defense Forces. You will explain why you entered our territory unannounced." Struggling to find words, Threx rambled out their mission as dispassionately as possible. Holden listened without expression before gesturing to his escort. "You are our guests now, but know that any threat will be met with overwhelming force, as you have witnessed today." With that, Threx was transported to Earth itself, catching glimpses out. Viewports of sprawling cities glittering below powerful energy shields. He realized with a chill that despite his status here, he was truly at the mercy of humans and their incomprehensibly advanced civilization. Cooperation would be the Empire's only hope of escaping this imminent threat unscathed.